So there's a new franchise killer in the industry, and his name is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So let's talk. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Brandon Aries, and welcome to The Sanctuary. After the recent backlash of Black Adam and all the killing of hopes and dreams that James Gunn and Peter Safran have been doing, there has obviously been a lot of hate being thrown around, although a good portion of it is not being thrown at who you think it is. In fact, a lot of it is being thrown at no one other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I think a lot of it started when he would not stop talking about how the hierarchy of power is going to change in the DCEU over.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Over.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Over.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
To only then have that movie flop, and by the end of the film, you try to bring back one of the very main components of the hierarchy of power in the DCEU. Superman. What are you doing? Apparently, The Rock has been wanting to play Black Adam for the past 15 years, and he was offered other DC roles, but he said no because the only one he wants to be is Black Adam. But within those 15 years, and even before then, he's been busy killing off other franchises. Let me explain. Let's travel back to 2001, shall we? Some people who may be watching this may not have even been born at that time. That's crazy! The Mummy Returns, starring Brendan Fraser. Don't worry, we'll get back to him. The Rock was looking for a way into show business, and Brendan Fraser stuck his neck out and vouched for The Rock. Only for us to get this. Ugh. Gross. Next is 2008, where Brendan Fraser was cast in the film Journey to the Center of the Earth, to then only get replaced by his own friend, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. How are you gonna do that to someone that openly vouched for you and said, here's an opportunity?
The first movie, Journey to the Center of the Earth, was a good movie. We had an opportunity to make it better.
I know you have to be hungry and aggressive and sometimes greedy in this business, but man, have a heart. Like The Rock that put Brendan Fraser into his hiatus. And it makes me so happy that he's back and actually doing films again. Speaking of Brendan Fraser doing films, I want to review The Whale because I've heard a lot of great things about it. So stay posted for that. Granted, the sequel was a success and it even surpassed its predecessor, which was with Brendan Fraser. But any plans of a sequel were canned. So the franchise was done. Fast forward to 2011, where The Rock is cast in the Fast and Furious franchise, Fast 5. Now, there was some beef or drama between The Rock and Vin Diesel, probably just beefing on who has more muscle. I'm kidding, I'm sure it was more well-founded than that. Or who's got more family. Okay, I'll stop. But it's not like it really mattered because The Rock got his own spin-off with Jason Statham called Hobbs and Shaw. And also, I can't really place all the blame on the Fast and Furious franchise going downhill directly on The Rock. Part of that is the franchise itself just getting more obnoxiously ridiculous with every installment. I mean, we're about to hit Fast and Furious 10, right? Especially with new reports saying that Gal Gadot's character is going to return. What? I'm not giving my brain any more headaches right now. Fast forward again to 2021. All of this promise that Black Adam is going to change everything. Black Adam is going to save the DCEU.
The hierarchy of power.
Shut up. I said it before and I'll say it again. Black Adam was bad. It's one of those movies you can turn on anytime and just mindlessly watch. You don't need story, you don't need plot. There's just big fights and big entertainment. Action, baby. Ugh. Now with the reports of The Rock and his team allegedly putting out false financial sheets to make this film look like a success, only makes me angrier. And the fact that you used Henry Cavill as Superman, a character that we all wanted to see hopefully return, just to see your super stinky movie, then this man has the petty audacity to unfollow Black Adam and Warner Brothers Discovery on Instagram. Then you say Black Adam 2 won't be a part of the new DCU. All right, Rock, let me get this straight. So you're telling me that you waited to play this character for nearly 15 years, ruined multiple other franchises and movies in that time, then you finally get to play that character that you've been waiting so long to play, only for it to flop all around you, and now you have nothing. So you just unfollow everything, give up, and dip. Because you didn't get what you wanted. Does that sound right? Mans was using this movie to try and have some control on DC. And think about it didn't. Could you imagine if he helmed more projects, like if he was Kevin Feige? The DCEU would have nothing left. He was even talking in an interview to try and get a Marvel DC crossover. No, no, no. Instant veto. All The Rock did was basically throw one of the final daggers that the DCEU needed for it to get its big reboot. As he basically just says, well, I'm gonna follow these guys, act like nothing happened, stick to my tequila, and be out. Y'all be safe though. I have never felt so much relief that the hierarchy of power statement was a terribly aged joke from the start. Were these guys the change you were talking about, Mr. Rock, Pebble, Boulder, Glacier, sir? Probably not. I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, for the foreseeable future, should stay away from the franchise scene for forever. Go raise your eyebrow somewhere else, because it wasn't needed in the DCEU, or Fast and Furious, or The Journey to the Center of the Earth, or The Mummy, because that just looked atrocious. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. At the time of this recording, it's going to be New Year's Eve. So I hope you have a very good New Year's. If you're going to be celebrating with anybody, celebrate it. Have fun. Let's ring in 2023 right. In case I don't see you, from this lover boy, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.